Have you ever wondered why you like certain tastes in food but dislike other tastes? Why does the same food taste a bit different to me versus someone else? Why does my friend think this cookie is awesome, but I find it too sweet?
Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
Why does my partner like to get fried chicken every single day? It's gross, right? Why does my kid think the broccoli tastes disgusting, but I find it just alright? And how can I feed them the broccoli? Let's find out.
You don't think vegetables can be tasty, huh?
Hello there, I'm Joy. I'm a temporary registered dietitian. Let's dive into the science of taste. Today, we're going to find out why our little taste buds are built differently and what are some tips to make veggies a bit more tolerable for those who cannot tolerate plants. It's going to be fun, I promise. There are 5 tastes known to the humankind: sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and umami. We taste sweet in sugar, fruit, and dairy. We taste sour in some fruits like orange, lemon, grapefruit, currants, and gooseberries. We taste salty in pizza, burgers, bacon, ham, and canned foods. We taste bitter in vegetables and whole grains. We taste umami in meat, fish, mushrooms, and tomatoes. Why we prefer certain tastes versus the others can be due to the following reasons. Our evolutionary traits passed down through years and years of human evolution. Bob, Bill, and Mary all had the same of them. Our genetic composition passed down through our family tree. Your grandma passed it to your dad, who passed it to you. And the environment we grow up in, and the exposure to the different types of food we had.
The religion of voodoo, they use a lot of chicken feet.
Some taste preferences are inborn. When we were little babies, we were born to have a sweet tooth because we associate sweetness with mummy's milk. We were also born to dislike bitter taste because bitterness means toxic to our caveman brain. As we grow a tiny bit older, we will grow to like umami, feel a bit ambiguous about saltiness, and feel okay or slightly disgusted towards sourness. So if you love sweet and hate bitter, congratulations, you've evolved just like the rest of the human race. This is the human's inborn taste preferences, and that's nothing to be ashamed of. Aside from the inborn taste preferences that are the same for everyone, some taste preferences are unique to a unique set of genes. Someone can have the super taster genes, which means they're born with this superpower of tasting every taste stronger than the regular human beings. For example, when they're tasting bitter foods like broccoli, spinach, kale, vegetables, these foods taste even extra bitter to them.
I'm not bitter, but I've seen better days.
When they're tasting sweet foods like cake that we find very pleasant, they might find it just a tad too sweet. So your picky little humans who scream when you feed them vegetables might be super tasting monsters. Isn't that exciting? Another set of genes that can amplify taste intensity in us is the thermal tasting genes. In those thermal tasters, the temperature of the food can affect the intensity of their taste. They seem to taste sour and bitter more intensely when the temperature of the food changes. So, figuring out the just right temperature for thermal tasters might be a way to get them to eat more sour fruits and bitter vegetables.
Is it too hot or too cold?
What does it look like?
Some people are also prone to be more or less sensitive towards fat taste. Those who are more sensitive towards fat taste tend to eat less fatty foods because they get more easily grossed out by the grease they're tasting.
I don't like it, okay? It's too greasy. It's much too greasy.
On the other hand, those who are less sensitive towards fat taste tend to eat more greasy foods because, well, they can't taste it. And you can imagine that the ones who have the hyposensitive fat tasting genes are likely also the ones with higher BMIs. Taste preferences are both nature and nurture. Apart from it being a product of natural selection and genetic predisposition, how we perceive taste can also be trained. And we can do that through repeated exposure, which can mean giving someone a small amount of food they dislike, then slowly increasing the amount to get them used to it. Or mixing it with something they do enjoy, sneak it in and deceive them to eat it. Or adding it to stools or soups, where it can just get lost in the big pot and we hope and pray they don't find it.
We can put that check in a money market mutual fund. Then we'll reinvest the earnings into foreign currency accounts with compounding interest and it's gone. We can
Or letting them touch it, smell it, lick it before going full on eating it to overcome the fear of unfamiliarity. You know, just like a little kid exploring their little world for the first time. We can also do that through creating a pleasant environment of eating. We eat with our mouth, but we also eat with our eyes, our ears, our nose, and the vibes. So eating somewhere with nice scenery, plating the food nicely, having a nice aroma, playing nice music, eating with pleasant people can all help us feel a bit more content when we're eating. Our children are also little copycats who model the adults around them. So if we want our little ones to eat vegetables, we better eat vegetables ourselves. And don't make grumpy faces when we're eating vegetables. We all know how hard it can be to feed green stuff to those who see green and scream. So, if you have a super taster or a bitter hater in your life, what are some tips to get them eat more vegetables? First of all, salt enhances sweet and reduces bitter. So when we're cooking, we can add some salt and soy sauce to bring down the bitterness and intensify the sweetness in the vegetables.
Regular or chicken salt?
Both.
And instead of sprinkling the salt at the end of the cooking, try adding it at the beginning or throughout the cooking. This makes it easier for the salt to be picked up by the vegetables. Roasting your vegetables can help bring out more sweetness from the vegetables. And roasting your greens with sweeter vegetables, like bell peppers and sweet onions, will double the effect of enhancing sweetness. You can also try to mask the bitter taste by adding stronger herbs like arugula and sesame oil. If your child is showing picky eating tendencies, please also note that the pickiness may also come from other issues like difficulties with chewing or swallowing or having underlying medical conditions. It might be food aversion resulted from trauma, illness, or choking that created fear and anxiety towards eating, and it might be an eating disorder. So please seek professional help as needed. Hope this video is interesting and helpful to some degree. Bye!